Hello everyone and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. Today we will get through another couple of menu books once again, and we've only got a few left, so I think there'll only be one or two more episodes of menu books, and then we will have run out. So first up, we need to collect some Group B rally cars. The Peugeot 205 Turbo 16 Evolution 2 from 1986, nice simple name there. We also have the Audi Sport Quattro S1 Pikes Peak from 1987, as well as the Ford Focus Group B rally car from an entirely unknown year, presumably because it's not real. But anyway, those are the cars we need to collect, so yeah, let's just get into it. But before we go any further, we have a 1-star roulette ticket to spin, so let's go ahead and do that as we go around and around. What will we get? It's going to be 2,000 coins, isn't it? It always is, and there we go. Is it? Yes. What a guess. Anyway, you'll see for a split second right there, we have a new car, the Subaru Group B rally car. And that is what we'll be using for the next set of races, the World Rally Challenge. And the first race in the World Rally Challenge is at Fisherman's Ranch. So we've got the dirt tyres on, and this is going to be difficult. As I've said multiple times in the past, rally is not my thing, but we're going to give it our best shot anyway. We've probably got the difficulty turned down for this one, as a side note, but anyway, we'll see how it goes as we go racing past and up into second last position. 12 cars in this race, so we're up into 11th as we're continuing to try and fight our way through. A bit of contact there as we are struggling a little bit, not too badly so far. We have avoided any major crashes at this point, so that is basically the target. Keep the car pointing vaguely in the right direction and don't crash. And that should be enough to keep us in the fight. But yeah, at the moment we've moved ourselves up into 9th position, so chipping away at it slowly but surely as we're drifting our way through. And whoa, that's a very awkward jump mid-corner there, and that's sent us right into the wall, but thankfully it was only just a bump, and oh, that's a little bit too much sliding there, so yeah, a lot of mistakes in this, but that is what happens when you ask me to do rally racing. Anyway, we are racing our way through a very tight section here, and this is very, very awkward. I always feel like rally cars are meant to go fast. They always feel very awkward at low speed corners, so yeah, that section very difficult to get through. But anyway, we eventually managed to navigate our way through that section, and we've put ourselves up into 7th position so far. So we're almost halfway through the field, and oh, that's a roll over there, and we are going to lose a fair amount of time. We do get reset, thankfully, but we've dropped a spot there. So that is unfortunate. We'll see what we can do if we can recover from this one. It's a fairly long circuit, and I decided just to wall ride around this one, the Ross Chastain strategies there. I can't believe that actually worked in real life, that's crazy. But anyway, we are continuing to find our way through the field as we give the next car a little nudge, but we're eventually up into 6th position, so we're up halfway through the field now, and we are still on the first lap, so that is good. That means we should have time to catch the leaders if we don't make any major mistakes. And at this point you can see I've just discovered that the walls are probably just the fastest way for me, rather than actually trying to get through the corners myself. So yeah, that is the strategy, the speed running strategy for this one. But anyway, we are racing our way down the hill, and this is very, very sketchy. Hard on the brakes as we try and go around the outside, and grab 5th position. It's a little bit awkward on the exit there as the track falls away, but we're eventually up into 5th position. So the podium is now actually in sight with 2 cars in front of us in very close proximity. So let's see if we can grab those positions very soon, as we get very awkward over the hump there, and that sends us right into the outside wall. I hesitate to use that term, but anyway, we're through, and we managed to keep the car moving in the right direction as we go under a lot of signs there, and cross the line, and now onto the second lap completely sideways there, and we managed to just about bring it back around, losing a lot of time though with a mega fishtail, and we drop into 6th position once again. So we're going to need to get our focus back if we want to win this one. We're still a fair way off the lead, so we're going to need to improve and do better than that lap we just did. Sunset race here, looks like it's quite dark, so that does make visibility an issue. Thankfully we've got the racing line on. That is very brightly standing out in these conditions, so that's good for us. But anyway, we're trying to be a little more conservative now and just trying to minimize mistakes, but sometimes the car just lands awkwardly and there's not a lot you can do about it, and that's, to me, is sort of part of the mystery of rally racing. I've never been able to figure that out, why you sometimes just land and the car just bounces off in a random direction. But yeah, now we're getting aggressive and just barging our way through, because this is by far not the first attempt at this race, I will say that. But anyway, we're up into 2nd position now, so through all the biffing and barging, it's actually worked for us, and we're in contention as we're coming into the closing stages now. We just need to get past the race leader, but they are quick, so let's see what we can do as we head along the straight. Straights are good. Straights mean we don't have to do too much, and there's not a lot that can go wrong, but it means you carry a lot of speed, and that makes things a little tricky when we need to slow down again or make it through a slight corner. But anyway, we are hard on the brakes now, once again into this uphill left-hander, as we try and straighten things up a little bit early, get the power down, and we're going to have the outside line here, but we might be able to pull it through as we swing it around, trying to get the car turned, and we will take the lead of the Fisherman's Rant World Rally Challenge race. And that is 1st position for us, just about, as we come over the jump here. Woohoo! Big jump, and this is going to be an awkward landing. It certainly was an awkward landing, and hopefully we can still maintain the lead after that one. We just about do. It seems to be very dark here as we're in the shadows, but we're still in the lead. That is all that counts, as we head around left now as we put the power down. This is the very tight section of the circuit, so this is where it is going to get very tricky, and we are under pressure from behind, and this is going to be awkward. But thankfully we're through that stage of the lap now, as we go down this big hill again, and that is a lot of speed there. Can we get away from the wall? Just a slight tap there. We're okay with that, as we're now heading towards the finish line for the final time. We're in the closing stages of the lap now, and we've just about got it, so we can finally celebrate this one. My goodness, that was a lot harder than it looked. I'll give you a hint, the recording of this actually started 1 hour ago, but there's a lot to get through in this video, so I just chopped that whole lot of terrible driving out. So that was the best of the worst, if you want to look at it that way. But anyway, we finally get the car, and that is job done. Thank goodness. Just 2 more to go. Yeah, this is only part 1. There's 3 races. So we get going for race number 2 then, and this one is at the Sardinia Windmills Circuit, but unfortunately for us, this race ended with the pit lane. Yeah, somehow we managed to find the pit lane, I didn't even know there was a pit lane on this circuit, but that's where we ended the race, and we finish in 9th position. So still not good enough. We get going for attempt number 2 then, and we will see if this one can go any better. As long as we don't end in the pit lane, I think that's already an improvement, but we've already hit the wall as we're racing our way through the first few corners. We're up a spot though, so despite being all over the place, we are going rather quickly, and we've moved ourselves up into 10th position already with 2 places gained there. Up into 9th with a sneaky move up the inside there, and we've already got 8th place in our sights. So very good at opening a few corners to this one. This one is 5 laps, so a shorter circuit, but it's a fairly long race still, as we are going to be absolutely pushing the preceding car along, and will eventually sneak down the inside of this light right-hander as we're trying to navigate our way through in the dust of the car in front. We're going to go late on the brakes. We're trying to go to the inside. No, we're just going to push them into the braking zone. They go a little bit deep because of that. We're a little bit deep as well, but we're down the inside, and we've gotten the move done as we move ourselves ahead and up into 7th position. Unfortunately for us though, as we gain on a group of cars ahead, a big bounce through the final corner, and the curse of the pit lane returns once again, and we find ourselves going along the main straight at a very lowly pace, as we are going to drop a spot, and oh, we've clicked the exit wall. Oh, that's just brilliant, isn't it? And that's another couple of spots dropped, and we're back down in, oh, we're into last position. Okay, we're basically doing a restart at this point without as many laps. So here we go then. Let's see if we can gain these spots back quickly and just get on with the job here. Straight away up back into 10th position as we're going around the outside, and that seems to be a little bit faster than actually going through the corner itself once again. So yeah, once again finding the speed running strategies to make our way through the field, and that's going to be a hard hit into the wall. We get away with it though, and we've moved ourselves up into P7 once again. So we're back where we were before the run through the pit lane. Continuing on then, we catch up to the 5th and 6th place cars, a Mustang and another Subaru. As we run into the back of the Subi, we're going to push him all the way into the pit lane, or actually maybe into the pit wall by the sounds of that. So that's unfortunate for them, but it's alright for us. We're up into 5th position. Oh, okay, that's not good. And now we're going, okay, we're 6th position now, so 1 position gained there. I don't even know why I did that. That's not even a rally driving related crash, that's just not paying attention. Anyway, we're going to see if we can get this spot back on the Mustang as we go up the inside, and we will get the job done there. Back up and into 5th position. We continue on then to lap number 4. It does take us a while, but we'll eventually make the move up into 4th position. We're running out of laps, so times are getting a little desperate here, and a bit too fine on that slight right-hander, and that sends us into the outside wall after tagging the inside. So that's unfortunate. That's dropped us back into 4th position. We'll barge our way back up onto the podium though, and we do have the race lead in sight as we bounce off the outside wall there, try and straighten things up as we head through this very annoying pit lane section once again. We're getting as far to the right as possible. Stay away from that pit lane, and that's a very awkward jump there, completely sideways along the straight, but it's better than the pit lane. And somehow through all of that we've managed to take 2nd position. Don't ask me how that works, but anyway, we're up into 2nd with just the race leader to go. We'll stay on board for this final lap and see how it all plays out, because we have a fair amount of distance to close on the race leader. So here we go through this long sweeping left-hander, and we are definitely closing, but will it be by enough? This is a relatively tricky circuit, and I don't know every single square meter of it, so it's it's very easy to get caught out by a few odd little bumps here and there that like to upset the car, like we found on the main straight. Very bumpy in that section, that sends us wide, and it could be that kind of thing that costs us a chance, but at the moment that has helped us, because we've gone around the outside into the lead, and the wall helping us out there as we head into this little staircase like section of the circuit. Still fighting away but we will just about manage to hold on to the lead for now, as we're running out of corners to mess up. It's just the trickiest one of the circuit left to go, as we now head through the last little left and right towards the finish line over the bump, but we will keep it away from the pit lane for one last time, and we'll cross the line in first position. And finally, that is job done at the Sardinia circuit. Rally windmills track thing. Yeah. Ooh. That was a lot easier than Fisherman's Ranch, to be honest. But still a very difficult one. But anyway, we are starting to regenerate a bit of money for ourselves. And that is another car for our collection as well. So, one to go. Let's do it. I believe the final one is actually on a road circuit, the Alsace Village, so that one should come a little easier. So, yeah, let's just get into it and get the final race underway. So away we go then for the final World Rally Challenge event, and you will notice we've switched back to the Suzuki Swift Group 4 car. Because I just wanted to drive again. It seems like fun. So, yeah, we've switched cars for this one as we make our way up one spot into 11th just after the first corner. So, it seems like this car should be pretty decently fast as we set our sights on the top 10 through this right hand. It looks like we're pretty good through the corners versus these Group B cars. So, we'll see how that goes as we go around the outside here, and we will get the job done there and move ourselves up another position into the top 10. We've got another pair of cars immediately ahead of us. I don't think we're quite close enough to make a move here, although we might be if we can switch it back to the inside on the exit, and that is a job done, and we're up into 8th position. So as we continue on then, we catch up to the 7th place Ford Mustang rally car. Bit of an unusual choice of machinery, but anyway, we overtake them and move ourselves up into 7th position. It's not long before we catch up to the fight for 5th position, with 5th and 6th right in front of us, and we should be able to get past the 6th place car in a straight line. It's actually the fight for 4th position, as we may go for the double diver down the inside, and we'll get one of those positions. In fact, we'll get both, as we go a little wide on the exit, and we will get the move done, and that's us up into 4th place. Moving on then, it is now time to go for the podium. You can see it's visibly quite dark now, a few minutes later, so with fireworks in the sky, we have a bit of a spectacle around us here at the Alsace Village. They are putting on a fireworks show, which is nice. But anyway, we're onto the podium now with the race lead right in front of us as we're now heading right towards the fireworks. Down the inside we'll go, and that is up into 2nd position for us as we get the move done there. These rally cars have fairly bright headlights, and we will be making use of them because I don't think ours actually look that bright in comparison. But anyway, we get through and we finally grab the lead as we head around to the right, and that is us into 1st position now as we are on the final lap of the race. So we got the lead just in time in this one as we look back. We don't have too much pressure from behind, so as we head towards the fireworks once again for the final time, we're coming in to the final couple of corners now as we work our way right and then left. A slight right-hander will finish off the race for us as we head towards the finish line, and now across the line to win the final race of the World Rally Challenge. Job done. 3 from 3. That was a very, very difficult set of races, but we get through and finally grab all 3 race victories. More money going into the account. We're still a fair way down on where we started today, but anyway, rally cars are expensive, and now we've got 3 of them for free. Be good if we had one of those before, wouldn't it? But anyway, yes, that is the Ford Focus, the Peugeot, and the Audi now in our possession as we continue to level up our car collection as well. So yeah, let's get back to the cafe. Alrighty then, collection Group B rally cars complete.
Hey, congratulations, you've got all 3 cars. Once you've collected your rewards, I've got some stories to tell you about these cars.
Luca, I think you got a peg on your nose.
Oh, sorry about that.
Alright, thank you, Luca. Right, where were we? Oh yes, we just got a 4-star roulette ticket. So, let's go and spin this one and see what we can get. Surely this will be the one we can get something more significant than 2,000 credits. So let's see what we get. 4 stars, come on! And we get a car! What is it? I think that's a Renault Megane, I believe. And yes it is, a Renault Megane Trophy 2011. Nice. Oh, and we get a little cutscene for it too. Cool. Alright, well, that's better than 2,000 credits. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, Group B rally cars. Let's have a look at them. Collection Group B rally cars. Rally cars are built for rallies, time trial races which take place on public roads. Here we have the Peugeot 205 Turbo 16 Evolution 2 and the Audi Quattro S1 Pikes Peak. Both are legendary rally cars that were on top of their game in the 1980s. While rallying is enjoyed all over the world today, do you know where it all began? The sport has its origins in the Middle Ages, in a ritual where knights rushed or rallied to their lords. Modern rallying is an attempt to recreate this ritual in the automotive age. The world's first ever rally was the Monte Carlo Rally, held in 1911. Participants would set off from cities all over Europe to meet or rally in Monaco. Rallying soon spread beyond the European continent, and before long it was the global motorsport we know today. And there we have it, our next menu book for Ferraris. Alright, so let's check out this new menu book then for Ferrari. We already have one of the cars, the 308 GTB, so we just need to get the 458 Italia, as well as the F12 Berlinetta. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see what we need to do to unlock these cars. It shouldn't take too long. There are just 2 of them to collect, given that we already have one. So yeah, let's just get into it and start collecting some Ferraris. I wasn't expecting to just get Ferraris in one of these menu books. That seems a little bit excessive, to be honest. But anyway, if they want to give me Ferraris, I am not going to say no. Alrighty, so the races we need to do are the Ferrari Circuit Challenge races, for which we need to drive a Ferrari of 700 pp or less. So we do have that one Ferrari 308 GTB, but it will need some upgrades. Alrighty, so here we go then for the Ferrari Circuit Challenge at Dragon Trail. Let's see how this goes in our Ferrari 300. This is a little bit taily, I can tell you already. But anyway, we'll see how it goes as we continue through the lap, as we wind our way through the opening few corners. Looks like pace is okay and we can make overtakes. That is always a good start. We've put ourselves 2 positions up into 14th, so let's hope that trend continues. Bit of contact there. Very expensive crashes when it's a Ferrari race, but we don't care about that right now because it's a video game. Anyway, we're up into 13th position now, so decent enough start to the race. Let's see if we can get P12 here. We're reasonably close, not close enough to make a move though into the slight left-hander, but for carrying a decent speed, so we'll be able to make the move around the outside on the exit, and that is a job done. We've moved ourselves up into 12th position. We soon have our sight set on the top 10 as we catch up to a pair of Ferraris heading through the back chicane, and we'll grab one on the entry and potentially one on the exit if we don't run too deep here. We've gone a little bit deep and we don't get a nice exit out of there, and we will be still behind as we head into the tunnel. We may be able to go for the dive though into the hairpin if we are brave enough on the brakes. They defend and cover the inside line, and that should give us a good run through. We'll slide up the inside and get the job done there. We've got another pair of cars in front of us straight away as they're going to run side by side. We're not quite fast enough to make it 3 wide, but we will get past both of them along the main straight and move ourselves up into 8th position. Moving on again then, and we've got 7th place in our sight. They basically pull over for us there, and we're able to make the move very easily around the outside. Continuing, we now have not one but 2 Ferrari Testarossas in front of us, making a bit of contact with the first one, but we'll make it down the inside of the second one cleanly there, and we'll get the job done. Potentially a bit of contact on the entry there, but anyway, we're going a bit deep, but we still get the move done and we're up into the top 5. On to lap 3 now, and we've got the Ferrari F12 in front of us, and well, now I know what that car looks like because I don't think I've actually seen one before until now, so there it is. But anyway, we've moved ourselves up into 4th position, so now it's time to chase down the podium. And as we catch up, the fight for 2nd is on, and actually changing there, and we're going to see if we can follow them through down the inside, and we will just about get there. This car is a little bit sketchy on the brakes. It's a bit floaty, probably a side effect of having 50-year-old suspension on it. But anyway, it's all good. We can deal with that as we now have a 2nd place in sight. If we can go late on the brakes into the first hard left-hander, we may have the chance to get the move done here, and we will get it done. Down the inside, a little bit wide on the exit, but we will hopefully be able to manage it, and we do just about do that, but we lose the position once again. So still in 3rd place for now. The race leader a little way away, so we don't want to fall too far back as we're up on 2 wheels, and a big slide and full 360 spin there. We get away with it, and very quickly try to get moving again. That has cost us some time, certainly, in not only the fight for 2nd, but also for the lead. We're on the penultimate lap of the race now, so yeah, we need to make sure we don't make any more mistakes like that if we want a chance to win. So we continue on then to the hairpin, and we will get up the inside a little bit forcefully there, but nonetheless we're back up into 2nd position as we're about to start the final lap. So now on the final lap then, we really do not have a lot of time. We carry a lot of speed through there, and we get to the outside, all the way around the outside of the race leader. We caught up to them very rapidly there, but we get the move done, and we've put some distance to them already. So this car is actually pretty good, despite being a bit floaty to drive and can be a bit skaty, as just saw there, but it is certainly has the pace. So yeah, it is actually still quite a nice car, even though it is a little bit on edge at times. But anyway, we move on now to the end of the race as we come across the line to win the first Ferrari Circuit Challenge race at Dragon Trail, and that will be the first of the 2 cars we need to collect in our possession. I believe the one we get for this race was the 458 Italia, if I recall correctly. But we also get the credits as well, and they are much needed because we only have 2,000 credits left after upgrading this car. So luckily for us it was fast enough, otherwise we would be in trouble. But anyway, there is the car, the Ferrari 458 Italia, Very nice. So yeah, let's go after the other one. Alright, so now we are underway for the second race in the Ferrari Circuit Challenge, and the final one that we will need to do. And it's a slight bump into the back of the first car there immediately, but we get through and move ourselves up into 15th. This one is at the Autodromo Lago Maggiore or something, and that is it's about as hard to drive as it is to pronounce, honestly, as we move ourselves up into 14th position, making contact in both over the stakes we've made so far, but still making some progress through the field. We've got 13th place in sight as we head into the braking zone of this sort of awkward right-hander. I've never been good at these corners where you have to sort of gradually turn sharper and sharper, not in Gran Turismo anyway. In the Formula 1 games, strangely enough, I don't mind them too much, like turn 1 at Shanghai. I always tend to be okay through there, but for some reason in Gran Turismo I've just never been able to get through those corners nicely. But anyway, while I've been yaffling on about all that, we're up into 12th position, so making decent progress on the first lap. We've passed a quarter of the field already. We may be able to make it a third of the field as we move ourselves up into 11th position, and front wheels off the ground as we head over the crest down into the braking zone, downhill into this right-hander, one of the most satisfying braking zones and corners in the game, I think, but we run wide there, and that ain't satisfying as we drop down into 12th position once again, losing that position through the hairpin. So not good. We'll need to practice that, maybe slowing it down a bit just before the crest will be the way to go. We get ourselves back up into 11th position though straight away on the exit of the little right hand bend there, and we have the top 10 in sight as we're going to go around the outside on the exit. Not quite enough room for us there. We'll switch to the inside, a little bit deep there. We need to keep turning right here as the track just keeps bending around, but we move ourselves ahead, and now we're on the grass into the braking zone of the final corner of the first lap. We managed to get away with it though, as we're catching up to a pair of cars. If we can grab these positions, we'll be into the top 8. So here we go, great straight line speed across the start line to start lap 2, and around the outside we'll go into the first braking zone, and that is a job done. We're up into 8th position. As we head over the crest on the second lap of the race, we're going to try and make a move down the inside again, front wheels off the ground as we head into the braking zone. We're a little bit late on the brakes again, I think. Here we run a little bit deep, but we don't quite make the gravel trap this time. They get a switch back as we run side by side back up the hill. We'll have the inside for the left-hander as we still have just about an overlap there, and we will retake that position with a fishtail on the exit, but we'll get away with it and take 7th position. Lap 3 of the race now, and you can see we are very close to the car in front until we had a little bit of a wobble on the exit. That cost us a little bit of time. I will sneak down the inside using all the curb and that little bit of extra grippy surface on the inside of the curb. I'm not really sure what to refer to that as, but anyway, we get through, and that's us up into 6th position, and we have the top 5 not too far ahead, so we'll stay on board here as we're taking a very narrow line into this right-hander. It's really the only way I know how to take it. If I try to brake from the outside line, I always end up understeering off the road. It's just, I don't know how to handle those corners, as I mentioned. But anyway, we go down the inside, and that's us into the top 5 now, so making pretty rapid progress through the field, as we've got 4th place not far ahead now, so we'll see if we can get past them along the back straight as we're going to go to the right last minute there, and we'll get that move done as well along the straight as we head over the crest once again. Woohoo! Front wheels off the ground into the braking zone. Will we pull it up on time this time? We throw the car at the apex, we understeer a little bit wide, we just make the grass and the gravel on the exit, and we will get away with it though. We continue on then to the 4th lap of the race, towards the end of the 4th lap, and we do finally take 3rd position, but the race leaders are together, so we may still have a chance to catch them despite it being fairly late on in the race as we head around the final corner, and now come towards the line for the beginning of the final lap. We'll stay on board with this one and watch the end of this race play out as we head into the braking zone, turn 1, and a slide there. We have been struggling with this first sector all race long, but we'll see if we can get through here nicely this time. Not too bad, and we're fairly close to the race leaders. We're actually putting one of the cars a lap down there, which caused a little bit of chaos, allowed us to get up into second position, and with a nice exit here we may be able to take the lead as we head up towards this slightly awkward right-hander. Let's see what we can do as we head into the braking zone. We're going to go for the move down the inside, and we will get it done and move ourselves up into the lead of the Ferrari Circuit Challenge race here at Autodromo Lago Maggiore, and that is first place for us. Moving on to the final corner of the race then, and we have a few back markers between us and the finish line, but we'll get around the outside and find some clear space to work with as we head towards the finish line for the final time. We are going to take victory here at the Ferrari Circuit Challenge race at Autodromo Lago Maggiore. It's first place for us, and another victory to add to the tally, and the second of the two we needed in this little menu book series. So there we go, taking the win fairly convincingly in the end, despite taking a while to get through the field. I'll admit this actually isn't my first attempt at this one. I did need a little bit of practice on this circuit. The first attempt we only managed third, but that did give us an extra 20,000 credits or so, so it's not all bad. But anyway, yeah, that was first. That was yeah, a bit of practice. But there's the trophy for first place. Another 50,000 credits in the bank, and of course we will get the car as well. The Ferrari F12 Berlinetta is now in our possession, so let's head back to the cafe and yeah, finish off the video there. Let's go. Come on, anytime now. And there it is, Ferrari collection complete. I said that in the wrong order, but anyway, hey, congratulations, you've got all three cars. Once you've elected your reward, blah 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 blah, stuff, yeah. Anyway, Circuit de la Sarthe is our reward for that one, which is awesome. So, let's go and learn about some Ferraris. Collection Ferrari. There's something very special about getting your hands on a Ferrari. The 308 GTB from the 1970s was the company's first two-seater midship V8 model. One of its successors is the 458 Italia, another much-loved V8 machine. Ferrari is well known for using V12 engines in its high-end cars. And I'm sure you've heard the way the F12 Berlinetta roars! It sounds just like a Ferrari racing car. Ferrari's founder, Enzo Ferrari, used to be a racing driver in his youth. And he also proved himself to be adept at running a racing team. In 1947, he established his own car company, naming it after himself. And Ferrari have been competing in Formula 1 ever since the championship was established in 1950. No other car manufacturer has managed that. Ferrari focus on producing F1 cars, racing cars, and extremely high-performance sports cars. They're produced in limited numbers and are far from cheap, which is why getting your hands on one is special. And there it is, the final menu book, the World GT Series. But that will be for next episode, the finale of well, this little series of menu books. Not the finale of the series, let me make that clear. There will be plenty more Gran Turismo videos to come. We still have licenses, missions, and various other races we haven't done yet to get through in this game, so there will still be plenty more Gran Turismo left to come. And of course, Polyphony have since added more menu books, so there is still piles of work to do in this game. But anyway, Other than that then, I don't think there is too much else left to cover, so I will say thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to give me any and all kinds of feedback in the comments. It is all very helpful. Other than that, I will see you next time. Goodbye. The 308 GTB from the 1970s was the company's first two-seater twin-ship midship